All right, so I'm going to play it all the way through. Then I'm going to give you my analysis of what we're looking at. So check it out. Look at it from this angle first. See, my shot gets blocked, right? Let's look at it again. Look at it from this angle, then we're going to go through it. All right, so basically Durant blocked my shot. So I use a pick and roll with Green, and Durant is in the background, but I blow by Durant. All right, I get past him. Now, I'm wondering when this happened, like, wow, I blew by him. How did I get my shot blocked? But I understood intuitively that it's because once I got to the paint, I was forced to, go into this quicksand animation, layup animation, right? And then not only that, when I actually go for the layup, instead of leaning forward and going into it or leaning into a dunk, basically extending my body towards the rim, I'm forced into leaning backwards, therefore putting the ball exactly where it needs to be for Durant to block it. Now understand, this is not just bad animation. It's not the game messing up or anything like that. It's not a mistake on the developer's behalf. This is programmed into the game intentionally, right? They have completely slaughtered the pick and roll and the driving and the explosiveness around the rim at the basket in this game. And they did it for what reason? Once again, to aid computer and having some sort of an advantage to be able to stay in the game, right? Because they have not done their job correctly in programming the AI, right? So computer sucks unless they're going to utilize the algorithm to cheat for them. All right, now also look at Durant's foot. That right foot, when he plants it, boom, that foot right there. When he plants it, pay attention to how far he slides ahead to get behind me, right? Boom, slide. Do you see that? This is all done intentionally, all right? They have programmed this game to cheat on purpose, all right? So a lot of people that are saying, the game is messed up, they need to fix certain things. It's not so much that they need to fix it, it's that they need to stop cheating. That's really it. It's not that they need to fix it, they need to stop cheating. This is all done purposefully, all right? So once again, I get the break on them and they force me to go. Once I start to go for the layup, I'm forced into this quicksand, sluggish drive to the basket. It's playing at a regular speed, you can see it more clearly. You see that? Where it's like once I got to a point where I'm going for the layup, I'm forced into slowing down and going for a bad layup animation. Notice how the further I get to the basket, the closer I get to the basket, the closer Durant starts to get to me. One, because I'm forced into moving a lot slower. Instead of how in real life you get close to the basket, it's like you get a burst, you get more explosive on your way to the rim. They force you to slow down because what? They're trying to make you do what's necessary to help computer play better defense. They're forcing you into submitting to the defense. All right. And then on top of that, obviously Durant slides even further into position. Now imagine if he was not allowed to slide that distance. Look at the distance. Imagine if he was not allowed to slide that distance. He would have just been, he would have been too, he would have come up too short to block the shot. Even with all his height and reach and wingspan and all that, he would have come up just a bit too short to be able to get the block off, to contest the shot correctly. Then not only that, I'm forced into leaning backwards into him. Look at this. You see this? Do you see the animation that I'm forced to go into? This puts the ball exactly where it needs to be. So there's three things that occurred right here that culminated in me getting my shot blocked. One, is me going into a quicksand, slow motion, layup animation to get to the basket, right? So they forced me to slow down, as I already put it. Even though I had the blow by, I had it, I beat him to the rim. I'm forced to slow down. Two, Durant gets, behind me and he's allowed to slide on his right foot to get closer. Slide. Right now he's right up behind me. And then three, I'm forced into going into a backwards leaning animation. All of this is done deliberately. This is done on purpose. I wish people would get out of the mind frame or the thought that, you know, the game is just flawed. You know, they need to fix certain things. It's not. That's not the problem. They've done this intentionally. All right. This is their covert way, their sneaky way of aiding computer and being able to compete. Why do they have to do this? Because they have not done, they haven't done the work to program the computer's artificial intelligence to be competent enough to compete, right? So they do things like this to compensate for where computer is lacking. It's like they kind of like they fill in the blank by cheating. They fill that void in artificial intelligence that computer has by cheating the user, by constantly cheating the user. So it's so many moments in the game where I know it's like, dang, you feel like it's nothing that you can do right, but it's due to the fact that the game is constantly giving fetching computer a bone. They're constantly bailing them out. They're constantly giving them advantages. They're constantly sliding them into position. They're constantly slowing you down. They're constantly making you do bad animations, the perfect animation for them to be able to contest it, right? And then what doesn't help is that they're basically automatic when they're wide open, especially if it's mid range. If it's mid range computer shoots, it don't matter who they shoot with, they're automatic from mid range. They're damn near automatic from three, but they are indeed automatic mid range. I have yet to see computer miss an open mid range shot, and that is a damn shame because that's not real basketball, right? But anyway, peace.